From local language to professional English. A small city dreamer in Canada. Ryan was 27 years old and living in a small city in Ontario, Canada. He grew up in a family where Punjabi was spoken at home. English was part of his school education, but it was mostly for exams. He could read and write, but he rarely spoke English in a professional environment. After completing his college diploma in information technology, Ryan dreamed of working in a large company in cities like Toronto or Vancouver. He applied for many office jobs. His technical knowledge was strong. He understood software systems, troubleshooting, and data management. On paper, he looked ready. But during interviews, something always went wrong. When interviewers asked questions, Ryan understood them. But when it was time to answer, he became tense. His words did not flow smoothly. He sometimes mixed informal phrases with formal answers. He paused often. Sometimes he translated from Punjabi in his mind before speaking. That delay made him look unsure. After several interviews, he received similar feedback. Your skills are good, but your communication needs improvement. At first, Ryan felt disappointed. He believed skills should matter more than language. But after some time, he realized an important truth. In Canada, especially in professional environments, communication is a major skill. Companies want employees who can explain ideas clearly, participate in meetings, write professional emails, and speak with confidence. Ryan decided not to blame his background. Instead, he chose to improve. He understood that language is a trainable skill. Just like learning coding or learning a new software tool, communication can also be developed with practice. He promised himself that he would not let language limit his future. This decision became the starting point of his transformation. Point 1. Learning the difference between informal and professional language. Ryan's first breakthrough came when he clearly understood one simple truth: informal English and professional English are not the same. Before this realization, he believed that if people understood him, that was enough. But in professional environments in Canada, understanding alone is not enough. Presentation matters. At home and with friends, Ryan spoke naturally and casually. He used short sentences and relaxed expressions like, "Yeah, I did that," or "It was kinda difficult." In daily life, this way of speaking is completely normal. It shows comfort and familiarity. But during interviews, this style made him appear unprepared and less confident. One day, after another interview rejection, Ryan decided to observe carefully. He watched recorded job interviews online. He listened to professionals speaking in meetings. He noticed something important. Their language was calm, structured, and purposeful. They did not rush. They did not use slang. They spoke in complete sentences. For example, instead of saying, "I fixed some issues," professionals would say, "I identified technical issues and implemented solutions to improve system performance." The second sentence is clear and specific. It shows responsibility and action. Ryan understood that professional English is about three main things. Clarity. Your message must be easy to understand. Structure. Your sentences should be complete and organized. Tone. Your voice should sound respectful and confident. He realized his problem was not lack of knowledge. It was lack of structure in his communication. So he began practicing small changes. Instead of saying, I worked on many things, he practiced saying. I managed multiple responsibilities and ensured timely completion of tasks. Instead of saying, my team helped, he said, my team collaborated effectively to achieve project goals. He did not try to use very complicated words. He focused on clear and meaningful language. He also paid attention to grammar. Even small grammar mistakes can reduce professional impact. This awareness changed his mindset. He stopped blaming interviews and started improving himself. When you clearly understand the difference between casual and professional communication, you gain direction. You know what to practice. For Ryan, this was the foundation of his transformation. Once he understood the difference, improvement became possible. Point 2. Practicing daily and thinking directly in English. After understanding the difference between informal and professional language, Ryan knew that knowledge alone was not enough. Improvement required daily action. He could not depend only on interviews to practice. He needed a routine. One of his biggest problems was translation. He used to think in Punjabi and then convert his thoughts into English. This habit made him slow. During interviews, this delay created nervousness. When the brain translates, confidence decreases. Ryan decided to train his mind to think directly in English. He started with small exercises. Every morning, he described his daily routine in English. Simple sentences like, today I will complete 2 job applications. I need to improve my communication skills. I will practice speaking for 20 minutes. At first, this felt uncomfortable. His brain wanted to switch back to Punjabi, but he stayed consistent. Slowly, his mind began forming English sentences more naturally. He also added mirror practice to his routine. For 20 to 30 minutes every day, he stood in front of a mirror and answered common interview questions. Tell me about yourself. What are your strengths? Why should we hire you? Speaking alone helped him reduce fear. There was no judgment, no pressure. Only practice. Ryan also recorded his voice on his phone. When he listened to the recordings, he noticed mistakes in pronunciation and grammar. Earlier, such mistakes would make him feel embarrassed. Now, he treated them as feedback. Mistakes became lessons. Reading became another daily habit. He started reading Canadian business articles and company websites. He underlined professional words and phrases. But he did not just memorize vocabulary. He used new words in sentences connected to his real experience. For example, I improved team efficiency by organizing tasks clearly. I contributed to project success by maintaining clear documentation. This method made vocabulary practical and useful. Ryan followed one important rule: consistency over perfection. Some days he felt confident. Other days he felt frustrated. But he never skipped practice completely. Even on busy days, he practiced at least 15 minutes. After 3 months, he noticed change. His hesitation reduced. He spoke more smoothly. He did not translate as much. His answers became faster and clearer. Daily practice slowly removed fear. English was no longer a barrier. It became a skill under development. Point 3. Expanding vocabulary with purpose. After building a daily speaking habit, Ryan focused on strengthening his vocabulary. He understood that professional communication requires precise and meaningful words. Simple words are not wrong, but in interviews and meetings, stronger vocabulary creates a stronger impression. Earlier, Ryan used very basic words like did, made, helped, and worked. These words are common, but they do not clearly show responsibility or achievement. So he started upgrading his word choices. Instead of saying I did a project, he practiced saying, I managed a project. Instead of I helped my team, he said, I supported my team in achieving project goals. Instead of we made improvements, he said, we implemented improvements to increase efficiency. He created a notebook called Professional Words. Every day, he added 5 useful words related to business and technology, such as collaboration, execution, strategy, performance, and optimization. But he followed one important rule: never memorize without application. For every new word, he created 2 sentences connected to his own experience. This made the vocabulary natural and personal. He also studied job descriptions carefully. He noticed that many companies use similar keywords. He started using those words when practicing interview answers. This made his responses aligned with employer expectations. Over time, his language became sharper and more confident. He did not try to sound complicated. He aimed to sound clear and capable. Point 4. Improving listening skills and pronunciation. Ryan realized that strong speaking comes from strong listening. If he wanted to sound professional, he needed to hear professional English regularly. He began listening to Canadian business podcasts and workplace conversations online. He paid attention to pronunciation, tone, and speed. He noticed that professionals do not speak too fast. They pause naturally between ideas. Ryan practiced repeating sentences aloud. This technique improved his pronunciation and rhythm. When he heard a new phrase, he would pause and repeat it slowly. Repetition built clarity. Earlier, nervousness made him speak quickly in interviews. Fast speech created mistakes. Now, he trained himself to slow down. Clear speech is more important than fast speech. He also practiced stressing important words in sentences. For example, I successfully completed the project ahead of schedule. This made his speech sound more confident and controlled. Gradually, his pronunciation improved. Words became clearer. He felt more comfortable speaking without fear of being misunderstood. Point 5. Structuring answers with confidence. Ryan understood that confidence is not natural talent. It is preparation. Earlier, when interviewers asked questions, he answered randomly. His thoughts were scattered. Now he used a simple structure to organize answers. Situation, action, result. For example, in my previous role, our system faced frequent downtime. Situation. I analyzed the issue and updated the configuration. Action. As a result, system stability improved by 30%. Result. This method made his answers organized and professional. It also reduced nervousness because he knew exactly how to respond. He practiced answering at least 5 interview questions daily using this structure. Over time, it became automatic. He also improved body language. He sat straight, maintained eye contact, and avoided unnecessary hand movements. He practiced calm breathing before answering questions. Confidence began to grow, not because he felt fearless, but because he felt prepared. Point 6. Developing professional writing skills. Ryan realized that office communication is not only verbal. Writing professional emails is equally important. Earlier, his emails were short and direct, sometimes too direct. For example, he would write, "Send the report today." This can sound rude in a workplace. He learned to write politely and clearly. Now he wrote, "Could you please share the updated report by the end of the day? Thank you." He followed a simple email structure: greeting, purpose, details, polite closing. He avoided unnecessary words and kept sentences clear. He practiced writing sample emails daily. He also reviewed professional email examples online. Writing practice improved his overall language control. It made him more aware of grammar and tone. This skill prepared him for real office communication. Point 7. The interview that changed everything. After months of disciplined practice, Ryan applied again for positions in Toronto. This time, he felt different. He was still slightly nervous, but he was prepared. During the interview, he listened carefully to each question. He paused for 2 seconds before answering. His responses were structured and clear. He used professional vocabulary naturally. He did not rush. He maintained steady eye contact. His tone was calm. When he did not understand one question clearly, he politely asked for clarification instead of guessing. This showed maturity. He left the interview feeling satisfied, regardless of the result. For the first time, he knew he had presented himself well. 1 week later, he received an email offering him the position. Ryan's journey proved something important. Professional English is not about changing identity. It is about improving expression. The key steps were clear. Understand the difference. Practice daily. Expand vocabulary. Improve listening. Structure answers. Develop writing skills. Build confidence through preparation. His language improved. His confidence improved. And his career moved forward.